Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I'd like to talk about this lovely story that I saw on Bloomberg this morning. Google monopoly case by US sets stage for multi-pronged attack. It says no one can feasibly challenge Google's dominance in search and search advertising. Attorney General William Barr said, if we let Google continue its anti-competitive ways, we will lose the next wave of innovators and Americans may never get to benefit from the next Google. Now, for the last 2 years on this channel, I've been going over some of the issues that I have with Google with regards to advertising and their anti-competitive practices. So, what do we need to show to establish a pattern of anti-competitive behavior to get the House Judiciary Committee or the Department of Justice to actually do their job? Factor 1, the behavior has caused harm. Factor 2, the rules have been inconsistently applied, like having the Russian girls on YouTube, or let's say one type of business is allowed to advertise when another business in that same field cannot when they're following the same practices. Factor 3, there is either negligence or malice in the application of the standards, meaning that the application of the standards is being done improperly. Factor 4, there are ancillary motivations and partnerships that make it in the business's interest to do so, and that the evidence of the existence of such partnership exists and can be demonstrated. Factor 5, there is a link between the decision to ban access to the advertising platform and these motivations and partnerships. Today, I would like to make the case, and I hope that someone at the Department of Justice is actually paying attention and listening, that Google should indeed be investigated, and hopefully this is not just something that's happening, a week or two before the election that's going to go away after the election, but something that should actually be pursued. I'm going to draw from content in some of my older videos because I've honestly already discussed this already, and I think I made the case well in those old videos. So, I remember trying to advertise data recovery. Another firm is totally able to advertise the exact same thing, and you can see these results on Google on a regular basis if you simply Google hard drive data recovery. I was not able to advertise it, and the reason given was some sort of trademark thing, which is ridiculous because there's no trademark being used and they can advertise the exact same way. So I would say that the rule has been inconsistently applied. We can easily prove that's the case. The fact that it's caused harm is that if other businesses can advertise and we can't, we make less money. And there are many businesses that make less money as a result of Google not allowing them to advertise. Now, here's where this becomes kind of interesting. So, as I'm going to spell out later in this video, Google has had partnerships with official companies that work on their stuff, and those partnerships came out very shortly before they introduced this thing where they are not allowing independent repair shops to advertise. We are now considered a restricted business by Google. And they defended their decision a year later, calling us restricted businesses by saying that it is too difficult to tell whether or not we are legitimate. So that is the excuse they're giving as to why they are banning ads for most of the independent repair industry, but not all. I figured that if they implemented a policy that allowed advertising of pills filled with chemicals that make your dick bigger that have a bunch of side effects, that they wouldn't be opposed to allowing me to advertise that I fix MacBook motherboards. But apparently that's what they did. About 2 years ago, they said, we are having difficulty telling what is legitimate and what is not. I'm sure they've read all the medical literature, by the way, and the side effects of those dick-enhancing pills, but I digress. They cannot tell what is legitimate, and as a result of that, they cannot allow people to advertise. They actually disapproved many of my ads, as I went over in an old video that you can see here, where I was advertising data recovery services. They said there was issues with trademark. There's no trademark in that advertisement. They can't tell whether or not I'm legitimate, in spite of the fact that I am the #1 search result on YouTube for MacBook Logic Board Repair. I am the #1 subscribed person on YouTube that has a channel doing MacBook Logic Board Repair. I am close to the #1 top-rated MacBook Logic Board Repair shop on Google Places, again, another platform that is hosted by Google. I have a business license, I have good reviews, I've been in business for a long time, I demonstrate on their own platforms that I know what I'm doing, I'm able to monetize those videos so that those videos are able to pay me a couple of $1,000s every month in monetization and ad revenue, and I can link to my website in those videos. But if I wish to pay money out of pocket to advertise my services on Google's AdWords platform when they have normal human beings that can verify my existence, verify my reviews, verify my business license, I'm not able to because they cannot tell whether or not I'm legitimate. Just a thought exercise here. I'm trying to tell whether Google is violating antitrust or whether they care about legitimacy and protecting their users. So Google says that they're not able to allow us to use the AdWords platform because they have no way of telling which repair shops are legitimate or not. Yet they're absolutely happy to allow Wix, Intuit, Apple, and even presidential candidates to give them money to advertise on my videos, which are independent repair videos. So we're not legitimate enough to use their platform for advertising, but other companies can pay Google to advertise on our videos. Now, do you think this inconsistency is caused because Google really cares about users not having misleading experiences with illegitimate providers? Or do you think this has anything to do with the funny timing that they released this policy right after partnering with iFix to be an authorized repair center of their phones? Just food for thought. So there is negligence or malice in the application of standards. The rules have been inconsistently applied, and there are ancillary motivations and partnerships that make it in their interest to do so, and it causes harm. It's quite clear that this is the case, and I'd like to just showcase some of the stuff that I've said in the past to give you an idea that this is true. Department of Justice, please do your job. You're welcome to reach out to me. My number is 347-552-2258. You can email adwords@rossmangroup.com if you want to learn more. And if my videos just so happen to go down coincidentally as a result of me talking about this, check me out on Library. That's where you'll be able to find my stuff just in case some funny business happens. There's a lot of stuff about Google that I actually like, but there are also many times where they're just clearly, in my opinion, doing something that is underhanded, and it's easy for me to demonstrate. Since I did that video, we're probably the only MacBook board repair independent shop like this that has a 4.9 star rating and over 1,000 reviews on Google Maps. And even before we were popular on YouTube, we were far ahead of every other place in the area in that regard, and we're not allowed to post ads because they can't tell if we're legitimate. They're willing to give me thousands of dollars a month to post content on YouTube. They're willing to have other people advertise on that content on YouTube. They are willing to refer me business. They're willing to allow me to be one of the top results in their platform on YouTube for videos for this. But when I go to actually advertise, I'm not legitimate enough. And that really did happen very shortly after these large franchise companies like iFix started making deals with Google. And it just seems fishy to me, man. You let me know what you think in the comments down below. Department of Justice, you need any help, you have my email and my phone number. See you all in the next video.